Everybody out. Mia's in the building. I'm getting good at your name, Mia.
You got it right today. What's up,
Hey, I'm learning how to read. Okay. Juliet, what's going on? This is the same started, y'all. I'm gonna get everybody line. Y'all can still let everybody know we in here. Why did it move over here? There we go. Turn this background down. Okay. What's going on? What's going down? It's your man Jay Rich moving, and yes, we are at it again. This is your standard Tuesday night Novae Money Training Call. I'm your host, Coach Jamal Flono. This call is also co-hosted by, Sophia the Lions Lightborn, or Coach Tony Bowens, or other top leaders, top money earners in this organization. And we're here to show you the skill set and the mindset that it takes to take your Novae Money business to the next level. It's not like any business you've ever been a part of. You probably never joined a business that's on the cusp of momentum, right? To the point where everybody that you see is going to start getting paid with this opportunity. And it's the only reason it's possible is because we bring so much value. And we love on each other like a real family. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to hop right into the system. I'm seeing a lot of new names, a lot of new faces. If this is your first training, unmute your line and say hey or something.
Hey.
Okay, shout out Patricia out there in New York. What's going on, Patricia?
Hi, how are you?
She's a few hours in. Okay, who else we got?
What's up?
Somebody said, what's up? Who was that? I can't see.
Derek Murray.
What's up, millionaire? Welcome to the training. Welcome to the training. Everybody say, woo!
Woo!
Yeah. Okay. Who else we got? I see some more people. Hold on.
Hello.
Well, hello. Who was that?
Dominique from Alabama.
Dominique, welcome, millionaire. Woo! Okay. All right. Okay, that last one was a little extra. Okay, all right. So what I'm gonna do tonight, guys, is I'm gonna hop right into some information I think is gonna be extremely valuable, guys. I think we use this information to gonna change our whole lives. A matter of fact, we have this system, right? The system is so easy that a fifth grader can do it. See, in this industry, a lot of times people teach attack marketing, right? They teach attack marketing. They say make a list of all your family and friends and try to sell them something that they don't want, right? We do a little bit different. We do more of attraction marketing. Don't get me wrong. Your family and friends probably need the things that we have. They need the services that we have. But we just go about showing them a little bit different, okay? So I want to get right into the system. If you use this system, it will increase the probability of you having success in your business. The reason why is we use a non-confrontational way to introduce people to the information. That way their eyes are open enough. They'll keep their eyes open enough to look at the information. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So the first and foremost, what we're gonna do is we want everybody to write down this acronym, right? And some of us know it, some of us don't. But the acronym is PTMV3. I'm gonna say it again. PTMV3. Okay. I'm actually gonna post this in the actual Novae Money Affiliates group. That way everybody can have a flyer. Right? Everybody can have the new flyer that we just got designed that talks about the system. That way everybody has a increased opportunity to win in this business, okay? So let's start with the P. The P stands for peak interest, okay? Peak interest. That means you want people to be interested in what we're offering, okay? Nothing happens until you peak interest. Like nothing happens until you peak interest. So It doesn't matter if it's from a Facebook status or it's from a road sign or it's from a car magnet or it's from a drop card or it's from a flyer, it's from referral. Regardless where it comes from a Craigslist ad or some Facebook ads, it doesn't matter. Nothing happens till their interest is piqued, right? And write this down. They are not a prospect unless you have their phone number. They're not a prospect unless you have their phone number.
Hey, Jamal.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
so sorry to interrupt you. I'm trying to get one of my affiliates on the Zoom, but they can't download the app. Isn't there a way for them to call in?
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick because they stopped showing me the option for some reason. It was weird.
I thought so. Yeah, because I don't have it either. And if it's not, it's cool. I'm sorry to interrupt you though.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to figure it out. I was trying to look at that earlier actually, and it pulled up for a second. I think if you click on the phone call little button for your audio, it'll pull up for you. So if you log out and then click the phone call option, you should be able to have it that way, Chanel.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Look at that. Look at us winning. All right. So P, right? Peaking interest. That's the first step. The second step is T, right? The T step. That's for testimony, right? It's for testimonies. You want people to see that it works before you have a conversation with them about anything. The reason why you do that, you make people more comfortable, right? Like our testimony group has literally thousands of testimonies in testimony group. One of the things I tell my prospects all the time, I dare you to find the bottom of our testimony group, right? Because what that does is that makes them feel comfortable that we're credible, right? It makes them feel comfortable that we're credible. And they'll be willing to move forward and hear more information about what we have going on. So you want to make sure that you add them to the testimony group. Or if you're not on Facebook, you can also go to the review section on your own personal Novae Money website. And one of the things I use now is I use novaemoney.com / whatever your username is / credit. Because what that does is it talks about just the credit portion of the business. So what I love about it is you can see our testimonies, right? That way, like I said, you want to make the whole point of it is make them feel more comfortable. But what's more important is you add them to the testimony group because the testimony group will work for you, right? It'll work for you when you're not around. It's people all the time that say, "Hey, I'm ready to get started in that group," and what we do is we just say, "Hey, Ariane, you got somebody that's ready to get started." We say, "Hey, Patricia, we got somebody. One of your people said they're ready to get started," and you can reach out to them, right? And say, "Hey, Dominic, say you got somebody that you put in the testimony group that's ready to get started," and we'll refer them back to you. So it's a safe place, right? So the T is for testimony page. You want to add them, right? And then what I always say is add, tag, tell, okay? Add, tag, tell. You want to add them to the testimony group. You want to tag them in one of the posts in the testimony group. And you want to go back in the inbox and tell them, "Hey, I just added you to the testimony group." Right? Add, tag, tell. Okay. Add, tag, tell. A super powerful way of doing it. That was like, so basically when I first found if you hop in my inbox sounds like this. When I repeat the interest, "Hey, how you doing?" They're like, "I'm fine." I'm like, "Great. So I see you're interested in more information about getting your credit restored." They're like, "Yeah, what I gotta do?" I'll be like, "Great. What's your phone number and availability to talk so I can set up your free credit consultation?" That's why I say in the inbox. What's your number and availability to talk so we can set up your free credit consultation? What's your number and availability to talk so we can set up your free credit consultation? And they're like, "Cool." Or it's about the money. So it's like, what's your number So we can availability. So we can talk about how to make an extra couple $100 a month or extra couple $1,000 a month. I have you post, right? But what's your number and availability? That's the best part. All right. So we got PT, right? Then once you do, once you get their number, that's when I add tag tail. I don't ever add to the testimony group until after I get their phone number. So once I get their phone number, it's like, hey, so before we talk later on this evening, I want to make sure you check that testimony group I just add you to. So before we talk later on this evening, I want to make sure you check out this testimony before we talk later on this evening, right? Add tag tail. The next thing is going to be the meaningful conversation, right? The meaningful conversation. We have a questionnaire. I know a lot of people have been involved in other businesses where you get started and they're like, all right, go ahead and talk to a bunch of people, right? How many people been in that situation before? They got started with something and then they were like, hey, let's go talk to a bunch of people. And you like, man, I don't know what to say. Am I tripping? Right? Nah, it's a little bit different this time. We actually have we call a questionnaire, and I think I'm gonna post that too. The questionnaire is it's pretty much the baseline, the fundamentals of what to say in a conversation, right? It's the baseline. That's for people who don't really know really what to say. You can really go right down the questionnaire because there's two reasons for having a meaningful conversation. First of all, no one cares about how much you know until you know how much you care. So by having a meaningful conversation, you let them know that you actually care about what's going on with their lives, right? So the points of leading that conversation is one, you lead that conversation, they lead that conversation knowing that you care, right? Write that down. They should lead a meaningful conversation knowing that you care. They should lead a meaningful conversation knowing that you care. And number two, you should lead that conversation knowing what to care about. Right? You should lead that conversation knowing what to care about. So that's the point of meaningful conversation. As you start getting better at this business, as you start learning the skill set, you'll be able to have more conversations, not so baseline on the questionnaire. But if you're brand new, you don't know how to talk to anybody, and you want to remain in a leadership position, you want to make sure you're asking a bunch of questions. Write this down. The person asking the questions controls the conversation. The person asks the questions controls the conversation. So that's M, right? And then V, it's going to be the video, right? We're starting to get all the way through the system, the video. So this is what happened. After you had a meaningful conversation, you're like, you know what? I got the perfect thing for you. I want you to check this video out. This video is going to explain our whole movement. It's going to talk about how you get your credit restored. It's going to talk about the price and everything. Look, after you check the video out, I promise you I'm going to get you on the phone and get all your questions answered, right? I'm going to get you back on the phone and get all your questions answered. Does that sound fair? Right? Does that sound fair? And then I'm like, yeah, cool, that sounds fair, right? You send them the video. Then what you do is, and the video kind of breaks down, it kind of fills in the gaps of what you got going on. So by the time you get back to the last step, which is a 3-way call, people are typically ready to get started. And the reason why is because you piqued their interest, right? They raised their hand, said they want information. They see a bunch of testimonies, so they know it works. They had a meaningful conversation, so they know that you care. They see the video, so that they have an idea of what they have to do. And 3-way call gets all their questions answered and also shows people that, hey, I don't need to know everything. Even if I'm brand new, someone can still get started with me because guess what? I got somebody else that can do all the work for me. That's 3-way call. So that's the system in a nutshell, guys. There's a couple things I want to say before I bring on our next speaker, right? A couple things I want to say. First and foremost is if you're new or you're old, I want everybody to revisit. I want everybody to go to NovaeMoneyTraining.com and watch video E3, right? NovaeMoneyTraining.com, video E3. There's 2 dozen ways to attract leads to you. So it's one of those things where you got 25 different ways to attract leads to you. That way, we won't ever have a situation of saying we don't have anybody to talk to. Right? That's the first thing. Yep, video E3. That's right, video E3. Right? That's the first thing. Second thing is I was watching this training. And, it was amazing training. You know, somebody had wrote down like cracking the code network marketing. And it was a super powerful training. But she said one sentence that really stuck with me, right? And I think it's the reason why we can't ever miss these trainings, right? It's a bunch of like, you know, Mr. Ali does a training every single morning at 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday, and at 9 a.m. in the morning on the weekends, right? Eastern Standard Time. Or, you know, or he does a 5:15, person self-esteem development call every Wednesday. You know, we do these training calls every Tuesday and Thursday night, right? And she said one thing that really stuck with me. She said, look, we go to these training because we look for that one sentence that could change your life. Because that's all it is. It's one sentence that's going to change your life. It's not a whole big group of training. It's literally one sentence that's going to click on everything. And you're going to be like, oh, I get it. Right? So you want to get on trainings because you don't want to miss that one sentence that's going to change your life. Right? And the last thing is, guys, another thing I got from that training as well, she was talking about how about how much of this game is a numbers game, right? So what we have here, we have our Champions Club form, right? For people that doesn't know, this we call Champion Club form. It makes everything really simple when you're talking about building your business. Because this is what I want you to understand. If you go to the document section on NovaeMoneyTraining.com, you can find this form. It's called the Champion Club form, right? This form is going to help you build your business. It seems so simple, but it's so powerful, right? I know so many people here that's using this, and it's really helping them grow their business. I know y'all like, well, it's just a sheet of paper. Like, nah, it's got a higher level of dynamic to it, right? So I'm going to show you something real quick. So far, since the first of the month, I'm going kind of slow. I talked to 22 people this month already, right? I'm on number 22 right now. I got their numbers too. I just didn't write numbers in, but I'm on number 22, right? Out of these 22 people, 8 of them have seen the presentation. 8 of them haven't seen the presentation. Out of those 22, 8 of them see the presentation, and 2 got started. So what that says is, if you talk to 50 people, about 15 are actually going to see the presentation, if not more. And about 5 will get started, if not more. But I know one thing. If you talk to 50 people, 15 going to see the presentation and 5 will get started. It works like clockwork. It's scary how well it works, right? It's scary how well this works. So it's like, and the thing about it is, I'm actually about to pump up a little bit more because I really plan on doing 2 to 3 of these this month. And, you know, I'm about, we're like 11 days in, so we're about a third of the way. And right now, my pace is a little too slow, so I'm about to hurry up, right? But with that being said, guys, you want to make sure, right? We want to make sure that it went through the numbers. So that's it, guys. You know, we got the only announcement that we have. I meant to say the announcements. The only announcement that I can think of right now is the fact that we got Marketing Mastery coming up in a week and a half with Dr. Carlton Calhoun. If you're not registered for that training yet, you might want to get to Atlanta or see if you can still get the live broadcast. If you want to sit, you know, if you can't make it to Atlanta, you might want to get with a group of people that's actually streaming it, and y'all all go in together just to make it happen, because it's gonna be some valuable information, right? I know one of the guys is gonna be there, guest trainer, and this guy is super powerful. He's literally making a lot of money or marketing online using Facebook ads. So I know it's gonna be powerful, right? But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna bring up our keynote speaker of the evening. You know, she was down. She was down bad last week. You know, getting over the 24-hour Ebola virus, but she's back. She's back, and she's ready to continue with that fire that she always brings. She always brings a whole lot of value, and she's gonna give you 100% of the correct information. And I know for a fact, if you take this advice, it's gonna take your business and probably even your life to the next level. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of the way and bring to the line Coach Sophia, the Lioness Lightborn.
Thank you, Coach Flono. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please take it away.
Thank you. Got to give it back up to Coach Flono, guys, man. He's the master at the system. If you saw what I put in the chat when he showed us his champion club form, he's almost halfway the way there, and he's only talked to 22 people, right? So that's a really great ratio. So this is someone who's, put in what he's teaching into action, and he's getting the results. So make sure you're paying attention because, we call him the money math man. He's going to teach you how to get paid. So I hope you really took some notes and really wrote down the system if you're brand new on the line tonight. But Coach Flono, I got to give it back to you, man. And I appreciate you and how you hold us down and everything you do with Miss Entrepreneur. They're the credit couple, y'all. We got to watch them. They're always on the leaderboard. So, y'all, we got to put in some work so we can get them out that #1 spot for a little bit. All right. But it just shows that the system works, and they're both following the exact same system that we're teaching here, and they're getting the results. But guys, I hope you've got pen and paper tonight because, I want to share some information just based on a personal experience that I've been going through the past week or so. And I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys, right? Is that in business, right? In life, we're all going to face challenges. Things are always going to come up. I don't know if you've ever really realized or ever sat down and say, man, why every time I start saving some money, something in my car breaks, right? Or why, every time I make a decision to start eating better, my friend got a dinner party and I got to go somewhere and do the opposite, right? That's just how life happens, right? There's always challenges. There's always going to be issues. And in our business, we're always going to start to go into those little rough spots or those dark patches where we fall into like a slump. Okay, so write that on your sheet of paper if you got a paper and pen. Like write the word slump, okay? S-L-U-M-P. If you've ever been in a slump since you've been in business, if you're brand new, if you've been in for a while, and it be some of those weeks, right? It be some of those months sometimes, guys, where you fall into a slump, where you feel like you're just always frustrated. You always seem overwhelmed. You start to feel like, man, why I can't get from level 1 to level 2, right? Or why I've been stuck at level 2 so long and I can't get to level 3. I'm on the trainings, but it's like, I just can't get to that next level. If you've ever felt like that before, give me a show of hands or drop like a 555 in the chat, okay? I want to know if I'm the only one. Because, last week I started to fall into a slump that actually started to take a physical toll on my body, because our mind and our bodies are connected, right? You've got to realize that emotion is just simply energy in motion. I know y'all been to physics class before. They say energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can just be transferred from one thing to another, right? So energy, guys, is so powerful. It controls exactly how we feel, and how we feel controls what we do, and what we do controls the results that we get, all right? So I was kind of falling into a slump, right? Because the last 2 months, man, I was going so hard, to try to get those double residuals. And it's like, I kind of flatlined. I kind of plateaued, and then I started to feel stagnant. Then I started to feel depressed. Then I started to feel down. Anyone ever felt like that before? Or it's just me, right? I see some 5s in the chat. So that means that y'all feel me, right? But I had to get my mind right because I realized that we got to start to shake these devils, right? And I want you to write this down. Every new level comes with new devils. Write that down. Every new level comes with new devils. So, I don't want to talk about devils or demons, but I mean like distractions. I mean challenges. I mean issues. So if you've been like plateaued at a level for a while now and you're trying to get through to the next level and you're like, man, why I just can't make it happen? It's because every new level comes with some new challenges, okay? Some new obstacles. So tonight, I know if I've been feeling that way, and I got one of the highest belief levels. I mean, I think I have unwavering belief. Like, I believe that faith and fear can't coexist. So I know that my belief level is here. And if I was feeling like that the past couple of days, I know some of y'all on this training been feeling like that. All right? So I was like, I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it transparent because I need you guys, who are newer or who may not have seen some of the results that some of the leaders have seen. I want y'all to know we be going through it too. Okay? It's not like y'all doing something wrong or we're immune from those emotions. Listen, we go through it. But what we've mastered or we're working on mastering is pushing through, okay? Pushing through those challenges, because the only way to get to that next level is to push through the challenges you're faced with, all right? So tonight, guys, we're gonna talk about a slump, okay? And that's basically when things aren't going right. So I want you to write down a couple of reasons why you might be in a slump, okay? Actually, before we even talk about why, I want you to talk about 4 things you gotta do when you're in a slump, okay? 4 things we gotta do. Okay, if you're ready for number 1, go ahead and drop a number 1 in the chat. All right, number 1. See the number 1's coming in fast. I mean, some of y'all in a slump right now, all right? So I'm glad that, like, you know, I can share this with you guys, because I know this is how we feel. And a lot of times we always talk about the positive. We always talk about the motivation. We always talk about staying encouraged. But man, we humans. We go through it, all right? And sometimes we got to talk about this stuff so that we can realize that we all going through this together, and we got to support one another, okay? So the first thing that you got to do when you're in a slump is you got to trace it, okay? So you might want to write these down, guys, because like Coach Flono said, this isn't just for your Novae business. This is things that you're going to do when you're in a slump in any area of your life. Might be at your job, might be in your relationship, okay? It might be at home with your family, with your kids, might be in your business, all right? The first thing you've got to do when you're in a slump is you've got to trace it, okay? You've got to ask yourself, why is this happening? Why am I feeling how I'm feeling? Why can't I go to the next level? You know, why I've been at level 3 forever, okay? Ask yourself, why is this happening? You got to identify and become aware of why you're feeling how you're feeling, okay? So that's the first thing, you got to trace it. The second thing you got to do, which is kind of the hardest one for most of us, is we got to face it, okay? You've got to face it. That means you got to face the issue head on, all right? You got to say to yourself, listen, this is what's going on. You got to say, listen, you know, Coach Flono told me I need to be talking to 2 people a day. I need to be filling out my champion club form, but my form is blank. I ain't talking to nobody. You got to be real. Remember this. No matter what you're thinking, no matter what you're wishing and wanting, reality is reality. Write that down. Real is real. But we've fallen into this social media world where we start to edit reality, right? But when we edit reality, we're hurting ourselves because we know where we're trying to go, but we ain't being real with where we're starting from. You know, I ain't gonna give you all no numbers, right? But if some of us who are part of the, you know, leadership advisory team, we're blessed and fortunate to have a coaching session going on with Mr. McCambry, like over the next couple of weeks. And one of the tasks that we had to do was really basically take a look at our finances, like for real, not just our commission checks, like your debt, your income, your credit score, everything that's outstanding. And sometimes when you look at where you're really starting from, you realize that, yo, I'm so much further than I thought. I've been editing reality, right? So we got to face it head on. Stop editing your reality. Identify what's going on. So what we got to do, guys, we got to trace it. Then we got to face it. Then the third thing, you got to erase it. Okay? You've got to erase it. There's a reason you are in the slump you're in right now, right? Tracing it would let you figure out why. It might be bad business practices. It might be straight up, you're not using none of the tools. You ain't bought no flyers. You ain't got no car magnets. You don't have any tools to build your business, so your business is not building. No one knows you're in business. And we always say, if no one knows you're in business, you're going to be out of business. Keep it real with yourself, right? When you face it and you really realize why you are where you are, now it's time to cut it off. Now it's time to stop it. Now it's time to cut it out your life. Disassociate from them people who in your ears telling you your little business, right? You got to disassociate from all of those bad habits that's keeping you right where you are and why you're in the slump. You got to erase it, okay? And the fourth thing you got to do if you're in a slump, guys, is you got to replace it, all right? So first you trace it, then you face it, then you erase it, and replace it. You got to replace your bad habits with new ones. You got to replace your negative thoughts with positive ones. You got to replace your bad habits with good habits, all right? Stop thinking scarcity and replace it with thoughts of abundance. I want everyone to write this book down, okay? I actually just ordered it on Amazon. I read it about 2 years ago, but you know, in my seek or my journey of getting out of my slump the past few days, right? I had to do some personal growth and self-development. And I encourage you guys to do it too when you start to feel like you're in a slump. But it's James Allen, okay? It's a book called As a Man Thinketh. If any of y'all go to church, you know, I don't know your denomination or your religion, but they say, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? That's scripture. As a man thinketh, so is he. So what you are saying to yourself is who you are. So we got to start to replace your thoughts, okay? Replace your words. Start affirming what you're looking for into your life, all right? Replace it. One thing that most of us do is we let our past define us. You may have been in a business before and you say, man, I sucked at that business. I suck at this one too. Guess what? You're going to suck, all right? Don't let your past define you. Some people say, man, 5 years ago, I was locked up. You ain't in jail now, okay? You may say, oh, when I was 15 years old, I might have had, you know, a kid. So what? Your past doesn't define you, okay? You got to erase those thoughts and replace them with positive ones. Write this down. And I want everyone to make this quote, like post it on your Facebook. You ain't got to give me credit because I didn't make it up. I just heard it, right? But post this because I want you to start affirming tonight. If it's up to me, if it is to be, it's up to me. Okay? If it is to be, it's up to me. You know what that means? Whatever you're trying to manifest in your life is up to you. Only you. You got to get yourself out of the slump you're in. No one else could do it for you. You've got to do it. All right? So remember, you got to trace it, face it, erase it, and then you got to replace it, okay? So those are 4 things that you've got to do, okay? If you find yourself in a slump. And I'm gonna just give you all a couple more tips and then I'm out of here. I want to give you, you know, a couple reasons why you're probably in a slump. And I want you guys to tell me if you agree with me or if I'm just talking out of my head. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys can relate, you know, to these things. So slump, the first thing is S, skepticism. The reason you are in a slump right now is because you're skeptical about something. You got some negativity in your head. You got some, you know, little voice. You know, we got 2 voices in our head, right? The little angel and the little demon, right? The little devil. One is the that positive voice and one is a negative one. One says, you can do it. You can do it. Then the other one says, you can't do that. Hell no. You can't be no entrepreneur. No, you can't never leave your job. You can't never make $10,000 a month. But guess what? Those 2 voices are there, but which one do we often listen to the most? The negative one, right? That's skepticism. That's negative self-talk. Here's something that y'all didn't want to hear. That's never going to stop. You're going to always have negative self-talk. But you've got to shut it off. You got to say, shut up. And you got to just let the positive voice come through. You got to listen to the voice of what you're looking to do, what you want to do, what you can do. Okay? Right. You got to cancel. Whenever you start to hear that little voice telling you what you can't do and why you can't do it, I want you to just say cancel. You know, cancel that thought out of your mind and only let, you know, the positive one go through. Right? The L in slump. This one, I might make a couple of y'all mad right now. It's laziness. It's laziness. But guess what? Only you can fix laziness. I can't not make you lazy. If you go to the gym to work out, your trainer can't make you work out more. You got to do that. You can't stop. Only you can fix laziness. All right? So how do you get over laziness? You got to find driving forces in your life. What's your why? Right? What's hurting you? What's your driving force that's going to make you say, you know what? I can't afford to be lazy because this person or this thing depends on me. Something that was super powerful, guys, is that we want these rewards. We want the $40,000 a month lifestyle, right? We want the Lambo and the crib on the ocean, right? We want the yacht. But we don't want to do the work. Every leader that we see on this training who's getting results, people who are making way more money than us who are on these trainings, people who are in our industry making, $100,000 a month. Sorry to say, guys, they work their butts off. They ain't lazy. Leaders work hard. Okay? They say you got to pay rent for success and it's due every day. You know what that means? You got to go get it every day. You can't take no days off. And I'll be real with y'all. That's what got me in my slump last week. Is because the week before I took some days off and it's a downward spiral. Because it's like you couldn't catch back up. Now you're starting to feel depressed, like, right? You're overwhelmed. But it's because I was lazy for 3 or 4 days that turned into 6. Right? And it affected everything around me. But I had to shake it off. Remember this, to produce new life, labor is necessary. That's heavy, y'all. To produce new life, labor is necessary. When women give birth, when women produce, new kids, what they got to do? Go and labor, right? If you want to go to a new level in your business, labor is required. That's work. You can't be lazy, right? The third thing in slump, and this one is heavy, is because you're undecided. You're undecided. You know what that means? All undecided means is that you have decided to be uncommitted. You're not committed. And you can't be uncommitted and successful. Anyone who's successful in anything, they are totally devoted to that thing. They're committed. Right? If you're uncommitted, you've decided to not commit to come to the cruise. You've decided to not commit to come to marketing mastery. You've decided, to not commit to get to the events. But that's a decision you made. Just like how you can make a decision to not commit, why not make a decision to commit? Everyone on this line, everyone that you see on those leaderboards consistently, they're committed. They made a decision to be committed. You can't be undecided. All right? This is another thing that really blew my mind. It said, someone has to sacrifice so someone else doesn't have to. Think about that. Someone has to sacrifice so someone else doesn't have to. I'm going to just pick on Coach Flono because I can see him. Coach Flono is sacrificing sleep, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. He could be doing other things so his son won't have to sacrifice. He's sacrificing right now. So you got to ask yourself, are you willing to sacrifice or are you going to make your kids do it for their kids? No, step up and do it. Commit. Get committed. Okay? And how do you go from uncommitted to committed? Decide what you want and get obsessed with it. Get obsessed with success. They say be obsessed or be average. Ain't no one on this call want to be average, right? Because y'all wouldn't be on this call at 10:30 p.m. You would be watching Game of Thrones or something, right? So you want to commit, all right? So, the word is slump, right? But I just wanted to go over those first 3. Skepticism are the reasons you're probably in a slump. Laziness is probably why you're in a slump. You're undecided and uncommitted right now. That's probably why you're in a slump. And just to give you 2 for MP, you're probably misdirected, which means you might be listening to the wrong people. You probably ain't on these trainings consistently, right? You might be, trying to do things your own way, misguided, right? And P, you might have a poor attitude. If you're in a slump, you probably got a bad attitude right now. Most people who are declining in their business, their attitude is poor. So kind of just think about these things, guys, is that ask yourself, remember, you got to trace it, right? Ask yourself, why am I feeling how I'm feeling? What am I not doing? Okay? Erase those thoughts, guys, and start to replace those thoughts. Because I always say, thoughts become things. What you think determines how you feel. How you feel determines what you do. And what you do determines what you get. So commit, man. Make a decision to change the rest of your life by committing right now. Don't be lazy. Don't be skeptical because you made the best decision of your life. Now all you got to do is put the work in. I hope this was valuable. If anybody on the line was going through a slump, I hope this helped you to kind of identify and say, yo, I can get through it. And I hope you were able to relate that even the leaders go through it. Mr. McCambry goes through it. Dr. Kelton Calhoun goes through it. They go through slumps. We all do. But the people who endure to the end, You know, it's not, the marathon continues, right? It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And only the ones who keep pushing are the ones who get what they deserve. So I hope this is valuable, guys. Now I'm going to step out of the way. I don't know if Coach Bowens is on here or if we're just going to jump right into the Q&A. Coach Flono, let me know. Q&A?
Yep, right into the Q&A. I did want to have one thing, though, because I talked to one of the other leaders earlier, you know, and I want to give him a chance to just, you know, give a couple words of advice for some of the newer people. This guy comes from one of the hardest markets in the country, and he's built a very, very successful business. And I'm sure that, you know, he has some valuable information that he wants to speak life into some people, because, you know, he's one of the people that's the life of the party, and but also someone that everybody seems to respect because of the kind of work that he puts in. Someone brings to the line, Coach Shine Shizz Shields.
Yo, what's good, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please take it away.
First and foremost, I want to give it back to you, Coach Flono. Thank you very much, man. You knew me since I started my journey with Novae, and you seen a lot of my downs. You seen a lot of my growth moments, my growth spurts, and you've been there every step of the way with me, man. And just to see your growth as well as my growth is nothing short of amazing. So first and foremost, I thank you for even inviting me on the training. I just want to let you know, man, it's a blessing to be in business with you. I salute you, and I thank God, you know, for allowing me to meet a person such as you. You make cool, a great father. You're doing a good job as a husband. I know you just started, but you're looking good over there, brother. You're looking good. And keep doing your thing. And I got to give it up to Sophia Lightborn, a.k.a. the Lioness, a.k.a. I call her Miss Litborn. Man, a lot of my success comes from a lot of these trainers, a lot of these coaches, Coach Flono, Coach Lightborn, Mr. McCambry, Dr. Carlton Calhoun, Mr. Halle, Coach Bowens. Like, it's just so many different people I learn from and I draw inspiration from. One nugget I can honestly give all the new people, everybody that's brand spanking new. I don't care if you've been in one day, 24 hours, or if you've been in for the last 3 to 4 months. One thing I will honestly tell you, and I'm speaking from experience, your business only works when you do. When you fall into a slump, when you struggling, when you going through emotions, yo, you cannot throw the towel in, y'all. This is all part of the process. All of it. All of it. Because just think about it. If you start anything and you just great at it, will you really respect it? Truthfully. Like, will it really be of value to you? Like, will it mean something to you? What will it be for you? If you could just do it at the snap of a finger, you're not going to respect it. You're not going to treat it right. Your character is going to be poor. Why? Because you're going to treat people poor. Because you're not going to respect what you're offering them. You're not going to respect what you can do for them. You're not going to respect the fact that you can help them and you could change their life with your information, with your services, with what you can do. So what I'm trying to get y'all to see is, or I'm trying to say in layman's terms, whenever you go through a rough patch, whenever you are struggling, whenever you having a hard time, if it's something you don't understand, if it's the process, it's the system, maybe you haven't yet learned the hack of scheduling the three-way and getting it started, or putting somebody on it, or explaining the business for that matter. Don't fret. Like, don't lose focus. Don't go crazy. Don't lose your mind. This is part of the process. With anything in life, you got to learn it, right? In order for you to drive, you had to learn. In order for you to speak, walk, you had to learn, right? We wasn't born like this. You had to learn to be this. This level you at right now is based on everything you learn. So all I'm trying to tell y'all is, feel free to fail early. Learn the process. Learn it. Learn it. Because once you learn it, by all means, you could duplicate it as many times as you want, as many times as you see fit. Nobody can put a cap on your money. Nobody could have put a cap on your growth. Nobody could have put a cap on where you take your life to once you learn how to take it somewhere. See, the problem is with people, like Sophia was talking about, and the word slump, that laziness is true. You know how many people want you to catch the fish, clean it, cook it for them, and then feed them? Are you serious? Like, And to me, in my personal opinion, that's the government. That's what school do. It institutionalize you and make you a modern day slave. It teaches you to work for people. The government eat off us. And we running around, we get our little paychecks and think we doing something, but we the little fish in the pond. Real rap. In order for us to become the sharks, we got to learn how to eat. In order for us to become the sharks, we got to learn how to hunt. And when I mean hunt, I'm not talking about go out there and kill somebody, right? I'm talking about go out there and share the opportunity. Like, share this information. You understand? Because there's so many people that need your help, but they don't know what you have, because if you don't share it, they don't know it. They're not knocking at your door. If you're not consistently sharing it, they're not going to talk about it. It's like a commercial. Think about it. How many times y'all see something on the TV, the stupid box, I call it. Y'all see something on the stupid box, and at first, it don't even resonate with you. You're looking at it all foreign, like, what is this? Why did they even got this kind of commercial? This commercial is stupid. But they play it so many times, before you know it, you like it. Before you know it, you telling somebody else about it. Now you working for them. You just market their business, and they don't even know you. They ain't pay you nothing or anything. So if you could do that for them for free, imagine what you could do for your own business. Imagine what you could do for yourself. So for everybody that's new, for everybody that's been here, for all the top leaders, everybody, yo, let's just stick to the script, y'all, because where we at right now in this business is nothing short of amazing. And where we're taking this, where we're going, oh my goodness, man. Lit is an understatement. You understand me? It's a lituation. Listen to me, y'all. We got everything we need. We got the best trainers in the planet and the industry in Sophia, Lightborn, Coach Flono, Coach Bowens. Our corporate staff, you already know, is not even second to anything. They first and foremost. Like, they the best in the industry. I kid you not. I don't know too many CEOs that went back and got their MBA and stuff of that nature. Think about what's going on here, y'all. It's bigger than us just having trainers, yo. Like, we really changing lives, communities, and our lives in the process. Yo, that's all I got, man. I thank y'all for having me. Y'all have a good one.
Okay. I appreciate that. Hey, man, Shizz with the sauce, man. Shizz with the sauce. Okay, with that being said, guys, we'll open up the line for any questions that you may have. You know, any of the leaders will definitely hop on and get a point of view and a perspective. That way, make sure we have the utmost success in this business. So it's a good time to ask any question that you may have.
Excuse me. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Derek, how you doing? How you doing, big dog?
I'm good. What are like some good like concentration books? Because lately I've been getting books from Barnes and Nobles and trying to develop some habits. Sophia said, as a man thinketh, I have to get that one. But like, what are some other good books?
Okay, so that's a I ain't gonna say it's a loaded question, but you know it's so many different books on the market that you get. I'll give one book that I always recommend, and that's My First Year in Network Marketing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite books. It's kind of thick, but it's a pretty good read and teaches you everything about the industry.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir. What you got there?
Yeah, I got a suggestion. A guy told me today to read The Greatest Salesman.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
He said he used to make all his team read it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that, Daryl. Yep. But that's a good question. I won't give you too much because there's so many books, and I know a lot of times people, we can have one of the things where we want to stay in our comfort zone and just read and not really implement. So just make sure that while you're reading these books, make sure you got to use the information. Like I said on the training call on Sunday night, we had to start being apprentices, right? We had to start studying and applying at the same time, right? Because it's one thing just to get it's one thing to get information, but it's another thing to obtain the knowledge, and knowledge comes from the action.
All right.
Yes, sir. Who else got a question? That was a good one, though. I appreciate that, Derek. Appreciate you, saying for reaching out.
No doubt.
Okay. I got prospects reaching out to me right now. What's up? What y'all got? What kind of questions y'all got? Come on now. I know y'all got a few. We got about 9 minutes left.
I see one in the chat, Coach Flono, from Shanae. She says, how to introduce your business in a post without sounding like an expert?
That's a good question. All right, so like I would do something more like indirect post. So it's more like one thing you can do is you can post testimonies, right? Just screenshot a couple testimonies out the group and be like, hey, oh my God, they're doing some incredible things. Does anybody need help with something like this, right? Or you ain't gotta say that. You say, you just keep posting testimonies every day, because what happens is people will see those testimonies and they'll ask you questions. Another thing you want to do, indirect post. It's like, oh man, my credit score just went up. My credit score just went up another 30 points. Man, who needs those kind of results? Because when you say who needs it, you know what I'm saying, rather than you know what I'm saying, directly talking to somebody. If you say who, that means it's open ended. That way somebody will want to respond and say who they need it. Or you can be like, hey, tag somebody that's looking to buy a home this year. I think I might got something that can help them. Or I think I know somebody that can help them. It's just about like I said, you don't want to make yourself sound leader. It's like, hey, I know, you're always saying, hey, I know somebody that can help you, and that will make you not come off as a know-it-all, especially when people know you and like, bro, this person don't know about credit. They're brand new. How you know somebody credit? They got a 400 credit score, right? You want to just post testimonies and then plug them into the system. Let the system do the work for you. Okay. Who else got a question? I hope did that help, Shanae?
Yo,
What's going
can
on?
you
What
hear
you
me?
got, TJ?
Man, listen, man. I've been studying how to get massive engagement, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this something for the new people that just got started.
Wait, hold on. Before you did, hold on. All right, everybody, that's TJ, the credit guy. This guy, been in the business for like a year and a half. No real prior experience, and he's got to the point where he's signed up, 40 or 50 customers in a single month. So, the only reason he's definitely reached the guy talking is because he got results, right? So we like to let people talk. They got results. That way you learning straight from somebody that's winning rather than somebody who thinks they know. So go ahead, TJ.
I really appreciate that. But yeah, so like for the new people, and I tell my team this as well. Like, don't jump out there. Just even with the testimonies, and I'm not trying to shortstop what you're saying because it's most definitely true. That's a non-direct way to kind of plant that seed into people's heads. That we get results, and it's possible for them as well. But don't just jump out there just throwing out everything about credit. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, like before credit, you was putting, funny posts, you were sharing, different foods and things like that, different plates from, different sources and stuff. Then all of a sudden you talking about credit. So it seems a bit non-genuine when you do that. So I just suggest you guys kind of ease your way into that and add some value. It's Mr. Carter Calhoun taught us about adding that value. You want to add 90% value for the most part, and then reach out to people in regards to credit and try to pique their interest in regards to credit. So I just wanted to point that out for the most part. Add that value and kind of balance it out, especially on Facebook. Balance out the value with uh, with lifestyle. Take a picture. Be personable. Let people know who you are. Mr. Haziq Ali says people, do business with those that they know, like, and trust. You know, they're not gonna know, like, and trust an advertisement. It's all you're doing is advertising. I see a lot of people putting posts up like, yeah, we got credit repair, $49. Don't ever do that. Don't never put the price out on Facebook. Facebook's not gonna show it anyway because they don't allow free advertisements. They have algorithms that can tell, if you're trying to advertise for your business. So you have to do it in the most indirect way possible. And I'm gonna be teaching some things here soon in regards to Facebook posts and gaining massive engagement, how to do that, how to post. So you guys are gonna look out for that. But yeah, just add more value. Like, go on my Facebook page and kind of check it out and see how I do it. But I'm not gonna be long. I gotta get back to work anyway. My line is down, so.
No, definitely appreciate TJ. He's right. Gonna be doing the last mentorship call of this month. Right, he's gonna be doing the last mentorship call of this month, Sunday night training call. So I know he's gonna give a lot of sauce on that. Right. All right, we got time for one more question. Who else got a question? Chris, we're not gonna use the question on that, Chris. Christopher B. Andrews. Who else got a question? I see Kev got his hands up. What you got, Kev?
Just real quick, I mean, you can leave it open for the new people. I just was gonna ask you about the shuttle. Have you confirmed on the shuttle yet? Leaving for Miami from Atlanta for the cruise?
Nah. I still got slots open. So if y'all want to make it to Atlanta and make it happen, we can do it that way. I don't know. It might be cheaper for y'all to fly though. Save you some time.
Okay, then. We don't even really mind the drive no more. After driving to New Orleans and New York, it ain't nothing.
I know that's real. All right, that's what's up. So, if no one else have any questions right now, we go ahead and get up out of here. There we go. Smile mutant. What's going on? What you got? Sound like a whole baby. It must be Ariane.
Yep, sorry.
It's all good. All right. So with that being said, I guess we're gonna be done for the evening. Mr. Al Terry, I know somebody reaching out to you on Shalonda Lee's line. So make sure you reach out to Miss Shalonda Lee. She over there working right now. She tried to hop on a couple times, but the phone kept ringing because she's trying to hit the leaderboard again. And my phone been going off too. That's why I've been over here texting. But with that being said, guys, look, make sure you do something today that your future you will be proud of. I say again, do something today that your future you will be proud of. And that's a rich moving message.